How's it going, guys? Chris back here again with another historic Brawl deck. We're doing Plargg and Nassari today. I don't know how to pronounce their name. I don't even know what they do. I do, but I don't at the same time, you know? So it says, at the beginning of your upkeep, each player exiles the top card of their library until they exile a non-land card. An opponent chooses a non-land card exiled this way. You may cast up to 2 spells from among the exiled cards without paying their mana cost. Now, on the surface, right, that doesn't seem too complicated, but it's the middle sentence that is a bit confounding to me. An opponent chooses a non-land card exiled this way. They choose it. There's a subject there, right? Like, that is something that happens. They do that action. It doesn't say why or what them choosing that card means. So do they choose it and we not get to cast it? Or do they choose it and we do get to cast it? I assume what Wizards is trying to say here is that they choose a card and that we are prohibited from casting that card, right? But it doesn't say that. It says an opponent chooses a non-land card exile this way. I think we're going haste. Just because Laelia is such a good attacker. She's not a good blocker. I cannot play that, unfortunately. Next turn, I think we just give her Double Strike. You know, this card is, each player exiles a card from their library until they exile a non-land card. An opponent may choose a non-land card exiled this way. You may cast up to 2 spells from among the cards exiled this way without paying their mana cost. That, I don't know, Wizards. Why would you do this to me? I was gonna give Double Strike, but I forgot. What was the plan there? I don't know. I'm not gonna discard anything. I wanna see Plargg and Nassari trigger. Well, I guess. Who cares, right? Take action. Play a Traxa opponent. I want you to do that. Because then I'll just burn down the house. Rude. Confounding, honestly. So this will give me 3 mana left over. Not really a lot, but it's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. Go Laelia. Continue to do what you do. It said that we miss out on Ilharg. Ilharg is cool. He's a boar god, but we're up to 6 mana. If we draw a land, we can play Plargg and get to the bottom of this mystery. This whole deck tech is based on getting to the bottom of certain mysteries. You do confound me sometimes, Darkrai. Well, actually, let's swing with Laelia. Are they going to trade their commander for this? They are going to trade their commander for this. Wow. See, that makes things more interesting. I didn't want to play my Skittering Battalion, but since they traded off their commander, we triple block if they attack again. They play their commander. They might remove one of my blockers so that it's just easier for them. No, they do not. Huh. Well, we'll do it the hard way. You know, Rhea Ivor, Hero of Bladehold, was a card that got a lot of funny looks when she was printed. She's just hard to deal with, man. Spaghetti Monster came down. The game ended. Very sad, but yeah, I don't know. Rhea's just, she's annoying to deal with because she has a fairly high stat line for her price tag. She also, I don't think she blanks combat damage against her, but because she's blanking combat damage of something, you don't really want to block the thing that she blanks the damage of, because if they're blanking something, it's generally because it's worthless and they are attacking you with more than just her, right? So you get into these weird situations where she shouldn't work, but she kind of does. And I don't know, man. I've seen her as a commander too, and she's scarier than I gave her credit for. Of course, that's partly because might tokens are also slightly scarier than I gave them credit for. I say a might token on its own means nothing, but if your opponent hits you with a 5/5, makes 5 might tokens, you are dead in 3 combats. 2 if you have no blockers, right? I don't think we attack here. I think she just gets removed, but we can hopefully get a kill a squid. a Balefire might be. He might have to be the boy. But I used to run Combat Celebrant more often, and thanks to the Aurelia deck recently, I started running him again because it is kind of fun having an extra combat just out of nowhere, and it can help you close out the game. Because generally, an opponent they'll only commit to one block cycle, right? Because they only hold back enough resources to survive until their next turn. So if you get in multiple attacks, it's just really powerful. I don't know why I'm doing the teaching today. But you guys know Magic the Gathering. You know probably better than me. But, I don't know. Sometimes you build decks and it's like you have to explain your deck choices because they don't really make sense to you. Like this deck in particular falls in that category because it's good red cards. But at the same time, it's like I don't know what the card does. You're gonna tap my frog and my Laelia. Oh my god, I'm losing so much. I really just need to play Porphyros last turn. If I played Porphyros, I could have hasted out a Banefire Dragon with his ability, and we would have dealt with this nonsense. So they exiled an Elderfang Disciple. They obviously chose Elderfang Disciple. So I only get to cast what they choose. Okay. That didn't make sense, but... You may cast up to 2 spells from among the other cards exiled this way. So it... I'm not sure you work, Nassar. I'm not sure. Other cards. Opponent chooses a non-land card exiled this way. That would imply that this is the card we're not allowed to cast. I don't know, man. You seem a bit sketch, honestly. We die. But you know what? I'd rather die to Balefire's Holy Fire. Yeah, I'm not sure how much of this makes sense. I mean, this might keep us alive, but it probably just kills us because we attacked with Krenko. I mean, it was cool. Don't get me wrong, it was cool, but we are dead. Yep. Very dead. It was a fun attack, though. Well, that was our game 2. We'll move on to game 3. I don't know, maybe I'm just missing it. Maybe maybe my English comprehension just isn't as good as I thought it was. Like, I think I have a pretty good understanding of the English language and how it can be utilized to make commands in a list of actions. Because that's basically what Magic the Gathering cards are, right? Like, they're a wall of text that is a command on how the given card should function. And this is just not how that should work, but I don't know, man. You get a free card every turn, either from your library or your opponent's library. But your opponent chooses that card. Well, okay, opponent. Are we that kind of Urza deck? PHX1. I think we're going to be one of those type of Urza decks. Yep. Uh-huh. Solemn. I can almost bet that the last two cards in our opponent's hand are counter spells. Why wouldn't they be? Go Commander. Oh, never mind. Is it a bounce spell? Could be a bounce spell. Be my bet, honestly. Don't do that. Just good, honest magic over here. Our Emrakul is somehow more expensive than it was when it started. And they got Death Touch. Well, that sucks. Alright, what did I get? I got a Baneslayer Angel or a Cityscape Leveler. So I'm getting a Baneslayer Angel. Unless our opponent doesn't know how the card works. I get a Cityscape Leveler. What? Goodbye, Urza? How does this card work? I get the feeling that our opponents don't know, we don't know. Yeah, let's play a Combat Celebrant for good measure. And that's all I'm willing to commit. Because Wrath? So did our last opponent... Yeah, there's Wrath. Did our last opponent choose the best card? And then we only got to play with the worst. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's weird and I don't like it. It doesn't make much sense. Red. Red. Bugbear? Yeah, I think I just land destruction myself. Very cool, very cool. If someone did Teferi, they would not be calling for you. Very full of himself. I don't know what to say, bro. Well, this is going to be sad for our opponent. They know about red. do I just... I have to do the Star of Extinction. There's no guarantee. They don't have 2 mana, right? They have 2 mana. Where though? Ugh. That may have been a misplay. Okay. Thought they were going to counter my mana rock. I would not be surprised. Should we just see? It is a counter spell. Good to know, opponent. Attempt 2. Well, that may just end it. So if we'd actually just played the Banefire, we would have been fine. But we did not just play the Banefire. That's the issue. Banefire? Yeah, no, that makes sense. Nassari? And a Guardian Idol? That's where they attack and old Teferi can get hit in the face by a secret. They've already rebuilt their hand. Huh. So if they choose, Stone Rain and Eldrin's Epiphany, we are most certainly getting a Stone Rain. Well, that's bad. Huh. So let's try to kill Teferi. How do we live is the question. I mean, that's technically gonna do it if it resolves. Yeah, our opponent chooses in some capacity what spell we get, right? But I don't know if they choose the spell we get or the spell we don't get. It doesn't make much sense, honestly. I felt like it did the first time I saw it, and then I got a Cityscape Leveler, and that didn't make any sense. So I have a Mizzix Mastery or a Mystic Forge. Mystic Forge it is. Okay. So they have to block Balefire. There is no choice on that. Because he will just nuke the board. We did give them a free Ilhog though. So I hope they enjoy that. It was always my intention. I can't stop that. Well, it doesn't do anything anyways. Right, good thinking. Good thinking, opponent. Good thinking on my part. We are part of a team that I believe in. I don't know if I believe in anything anymore. I don't know how cards work, and I do this a lot, man. I do it a lot. There are a lot of games of Magic that I have played that are public record. Brainstorm, okay. Our opponent has clearly figured out how this card works. Which is good. Okay, we ended it with Emrakul. I don't know why people don't play against Emrakul. He is not really that backbreaking, is he? So, to kind of cap off the experience, what I get from this is that each player exiles the top card of their library. An opponent has to choose one of the cards, has to choose one of the non-land cards exiled with this. There are only 2 non-land cards that will ever be exiled with this in one turn cycle, right? That's just how the card works. Then you may cast up to 2 spells among the cards exiled this way without paying their mana cost. So that is impossible. There will never be a scenario where you have 2 spells that you can cast for free with this effect, because your opponent, if this is the clause that's making them choose, right? It's not a May ability. An opponent chooses. So they have to choose one. And it says A, not multiple, so they can't choose both. So they couldn't choose 2 spells and let you cast both of them. They have to choose one, and that's the only spell you're allowed to cast, so this up to part is completely meaningless. But maybe it isn't. Like, if you double up the trigger somehow, would you only be allowed to cast 1 spell unless it has the up to clause? I don't know. It's a weird card. I'll probably play with it a bit more in my off time, just trying to figure out the intricacies. And if I ever do, fully figure out how it works, I will probably make another video. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time around.